Shalom. So in the Agadah, we have to say, whoever did not say these three things did not fulfill the mitzvah: Pesach, Matzah, and Maror. Okay, fine. So, but I understand why the mitzvah is to eat them. But why do we have to say them? Eat matzah. Eat the Pesach when Korban Pesach applies. Today we eat afikoman instead of Korban Pesach. Okay, eat the maror. But why do we have to say them? What? It's not enough I ate the matzah. It's not enough I ate the maror. Whoever doesn't say these things, he didn't fulfill the mitzvah. But I ate it. Why is it not enough that I ate it? So, what about the 4 cups of wines? Why don't you say whoever does not say about the 4 cups of wine also, you do not fulfill the mitzvah? No, these you have to eat and you have to say them. Why it's so special? So, says again, you have to know that these 3 things, they represent something. What do they represent? They represent life lessons. Seder is the place where you get your life lessons and munah the rest of the year. What is the life lessons of the Pesach, Matzah, and Maror? And if you do not, the sage is telling us, if you do not learn these life lessons, you did not do Pesach. You came to Pesach, you didn't fulfill the mitzvah. Yes, you ate matzah. Yes, you ate maror. But if you didn't say it, which means understand the life lesson, you didn't fulfill the mitzvah, you're wasting your time. You were here, but you weren't here. You were here physically, but spiritually, you didn't fulfill the mitzvah. So what do you got to do? We have to learn that what? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He gives wisdom to those who want it. How do we know that the sages tell us that? How did they build the Mishkan? What, they were goldsmiths? They were diamond workers? How they didn't learn these skills in Egypt? Answer is because they want it. If you want to learn the life lesson, Hashem will help you get it. Hashem will give you the skill. Hashem will make it happen. But you need Mesirat Nefesh. You need to want to know how to do it. But if you don't want, so then Hashem can't help you. Hashem only gives wisdom to the wise-hearted, the one who in their heart they want. So what do we have to learn for Pesach, Matzah, Maror? So, first of all, what's Pesach? Pesach is the lamb. You have to take the lamb. Imagine a person would take a pallet of $1 million. A pallet of $1 million. Put it in the street, light it on fire. Everybody in the world would think he's crazy. You're nuts. What are you doing? He says, I'm fulfilling today's modern version of Korban Pesach. I'm giving up this that everybody follows and runs and does what the money says, like Avodah Zarah. I'm burning this. I'm sacrificing it. I'm showing I believe in God. Not in God we trust in the dollar. Everybody will look at him as crazy. Who knows, maybe he'll get into a big fight. Somebody will fight him and try to stop him in order to take the money. He says, don't burn the money. If you don't want the money, give it to me. So imagine taking the lamb in front of the little Egyptians. They said, what are you doing? If you don't want the lamb, if you want to kill the lamb, give it to me. Don't kill the lamb. What is it? And they would start a fight. A big civil war was about to happen. The Bechorot, right? They came and they wanted to kill the Jews. Shabbat HaGadol, the miracle was that Hashem made it that they fought themselves and they didn't kill the Jews. And ended up being what? That this is number one. We have to be willing to not follow the herd. We have to be willing to understand that even though the whole world believes in this, we have to remind ourselves of Pesach, we must believe in what we must believe in. And even if that means that you'll look like shoteh, you'll look funny, better to be shoteh olam hazeh than to be shoteh olam haba. And even if a person, it's uncomfortable, niyadobna, what are people going to say, and this and that. Also, you got to slaughter that. You got to take that out and say that I follow what the Torah says. Ibn Ezra asks, why were the Jewish people so scared after Yetziat Mitzrayim by the Kriyat Yam Suf? They said, let's go back to Egypt. Oh, they're going to kill us. Hashem made you 10 plagues, 10 makot. He smacked Maror like this, like that. You don't think he could go do another miracle? Why you give up so fast? Ibn Ezra says that the slaves, they were slaves for so long, they were already programmed in their mind. They saw an Egyptian, oh, that's it. Then they put their head down, they gave up. I have no power, I have no ability, I am nothing to compare to them. That's how some people are. They see certain other people, they see mentality of the world. They say, no, I can't, I have to follow what they say, I have to. They already have the habit, they already have a slave mentality, and this is what we have to kill. So that's Pesach. That's number one. Whoever does not learn this life lesson, he did not fulfill the mitzvah. And then what? And then we have, after that, we have matzah. What's matzah? Matzah is that we have to not stay put. What's the difference between chametz and matzah? It's the same flour and water. After you do the flour and water, if you ever went to a matzah bakery, they take the flour, they mix the water, and right away they put it through a window to the next guy to start making it into a dough to put it in the oven. By the chametz, they do the same thing. They mix the water and the flour, and then what do? We sit. We wait. The pizza guy, what does he do? He puts the thing in the container. He lets it rise. He sits. A person who sits, and a person says, Rabbi, slowly. Rabbi, not too much. Don't be too much fanatic. Al te tzadik arbe. Hey, Rabbi, slowly. He wants to be comfortable and sit. He says, I am the way I am. There's some people who I know. I say, why do you go to that synagogue? There's no rabbi there. Why do you go to this minyan? There's no, I like this minyan express. You go in, you go out, nobody bothers you, no questions. Rabbi doesn't tell me what to do. I like this. He wants to stay put. He wants to not grow. He wants to stay and not move and be in the same place. Says the Rabbi again, whoever doesn't learn the lesson from the matzah is, yalla, you got to move. You got to continue. It says they didn't have time for the bread to rise. What does that mean? That means they didn't stay put in one place. They were constantly growing. They were going higher and higher. It ends man to sit around. That's why a person always has to be busy doing something. In New York, we're always busy doing something. The question is, are you busy growing and doing something spiritual, or are you busy being distracted with something else, taking you away from your spirituality, and you're sitting like hametz, becoming fatter and fatter, and more gava, more hot air, instead of being humble and growing closer to Hashem. And finally, we have matzah, and then we have maror. What is maror? Maror is the bitterness. We always have to remember all the bad stuff that happened to our life is for the best. It's for a reason. And because of maror, what's right after maror? Maror comes korech, shulchan orech. Oh, interesting. Shulchan orech, everybody's favorite. Everybody loves to eat kushit, right? Lubish kushit. But what first before you eat the food, what do you have to go through? You have to do maror. And not just maror, maror korech. You have to take the maror with you and make it sandwich. You have to say, not, okay, maror and throw it away. You have to take maror with you. You have to make maror a sandwich with your food. And you have to realize that the bitterness, only through the darkness we see the light. And every lesson that Hashem gave us through bitterness was something that we needed for later in our life. How many times? There are stories. And it's a very simple story. I'll end with this. There was a guy who was bitten by a snake. And he was about to die. And they gave him the antidote in the right time. They saved his life. And later in life, he was in a situation where he got sick. And he was about to die. And they said, this guy, the only way he'll survive this sickness is if he has, he gets the poison from this snake. They said, oh, he doesn't need it. He says, oh, we don't need to go to Africa to find the snake. He said, why? When he was little, the snake bit him. So therefore, he has it already in his body. He's going to survive. So now he realized why Hashem made it that he was bit by a snake. So you see that in the bitterness and maror in our life, we don't know what Hashem's doing for us. He's setting us up for something good. Maror korech, shulchan orech. Baruch Adonai Olam.